So this episode is about friendship. So Manas initially wanted to do this episode because out of spite, but now I think we're doing this episode because we're doing this out of love. So that's strange.
Not love exactly, but anyway, let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome to Bata podcast with me Manas and my dear co-host Nitya Bhatia. Hi Nitya.
Hey guys, hey Manas, what's up?
I think it's your signature, hey Manas, and my...
I know, I always say it this way. I don't know why, but I just do. I just get into the zone and I just have to say it this way.
It's a signature now. Even though it's just us.
It's a signature.
And people don't understand.
Guys, there are copyrights, okay? So don't you dare.
And people might not understand why it's a signature, even though it's just our second episode. Thing is, we have recorded multiple times. I think we have done 10 or 20 recordings. And we did second episode. We did third episode. Then we didn't like our second.
Yes, this is the fourth episode of the second episode.
Yeah, we didn't. Nitya didn't like the second episode. So we had to re-record it. And I didn't like it either.
And I must share why I did not like it. I did not like it because my room is not soundproof. There were crows and squirrels and cars honking. That wouldn't... I mean, that's literally an expression of my life right now because I'm locked up in a room. #lockdown blues. So that is life. But yeah, you guys would have really cringed a lot knowing that it's so loud and you can't hear what we're saying. So we decided to re-record for you.
So Nitya, how was your week? What's happening since our last recording? That was yesterday.
Yeah, okay. So my week was, I think nothing has changed between yesterday and today. Only I've just been watching stuff on Netflix and Prime because those are my only friends at this point. #no new friends. So I've been watching, there's this new movie that just came on Hotstar called Loot Case, which got released I think a couple of days back. So I watched it because I'll be very honest with you. I mean, I was expecting a lot more than I thought it would turn out to be because IMDb, it was rated more than 7 out of 10 and the cast was super amazing. It had Vijay Raj and Rasika Duggal and Ranveer
Even
Shori.
I heard good reviews about it.
Yeah, but actually it was, I think, a major disappointment. The plot was pretty weak and it was just it was just leading nowhere. Like I just felt they were dragging it for the sake of dragging it for 2 hours. So actually Dad and I started watching it and then we just shut it midway because there were too many songs as well and the songs are not too great. So yeah, I think I would actually give it like a 5.5 out of 10. So I know, but what about you? Have you been watching anything since we last spoke, which was yesterday?
I don't know how, but I fell into this. I like always, I fall into these listening to some really old songs, not really old, like around 2008. I started listening to Kabhi Kabhi Aditi from Jaane To Ya Jaane Na.
Oh yeah, I love those songs. Those are songs that never get old. Like they're vintage and they're amazing.
Exactly, and like I started listening to that. Then I started listening to the other songs, the same movie, Pappu Can't Dance, and all that.
Yes, that's a classic.
And then I was like, you know what? I need to watch this movie. And then I watched that movie. And then then I started listening to Wo Ladki Hai Kahan of Dil Chahta Hai.
Yeah, oh, I love those songs.
So
yes.
I ended up watching 2 movies, Dil Chahta Hai and Jaane To Ya Jaane Na. And you know what I realized from watching Jaane To Ya Jaane Na? Like how much, like, you know, entertainment industry has changed. Like watching Jaane To Ya Jaane Na, people looked so normal. Like Imran Khan did not, you know, it looked relatable, like he was in college. But now,
I mean, literally all of them, like those are characters, literally like the guy next door. I mean, literally. They're such realistic characters and such believable characters.
And it's so funny, they're all like, you know, people graduating from college and they look like them. Now you're watching, you know, Student of the Year, in which there's Tiger Shroff, who's so ripped.
I did not even waste my precious 2.5 hours on that film. No, I'm so glad I did not watch it.
I mean, it's so funny, like in just a 10-year gap, there's such a big difference. Anyway.
Yeah, as the decades are changing, so are we. And like when I saw Jaane To Ya Jaane Na and then like the older movies like Dil Chahta Hai, like they're very relatable stories and they just kind of evoke really, really very sweet, like nostalgic thoughts. I won't say memories because I was like really tiny in the early 2000s.
Yeah, but thing is, I cannot relate because I don't have any love interest. So it hurts.
Why can I relate to that as well? And we're gonna save we're gonna save our very sad love lives which are non-existent for another episode.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned, guys.
Yeah.
But today we're gonna talk about a very touchy subject called friendship, the boat of friendship.
And like intro, like you heard it in the beginning of the episode, you know how it started, because I was really pissed with my friend Kritika because she could not wake up early in the morning to just see me, and I was like, what the hell, dude? Like, what's wrong with you? And then so out of
Define early. How early is early for you?
only 5:30 in the morning. It's not that early. I wake up like,
Dude, even birds don't wake up so early. I mean, like that's really insensitive. Okay.
okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but anyway, so like how you see in the movies and the memes, people show up late at night or early in the morning, and yeah, my friend could not wake up for me, but anyway, she did wake up. We did see each other, yeah, yesterday.
She actually met you at 5:30 in the morning.
Not 5:30. She came late. She came around 5:45 with her parents, so which was a good addition. Hello uncle, hello auntie. आपकी बेटी बहुत ही अच्छी है, and we had.
Oh my god, did that get a little awkward?
No, it was not awkward. They were doing their own thing, and we were.
Weren't they like बेटा जल्दी खत्म करो हमें जाना.
No, the funny thing is I was in hurry because I had to rush back home, before the sunrise, and within 20 minutes I was like, you know what, I have to head home because it'll take me long. So, and yeah, worth every 2 minutes, even though we could not discuss something that we could have already discussed on WhatsApp or video call, but it felt good.
Yeah, it's always nice reconnecting and meeting a friend. I mean, gosh, do we need human contact? Yes, we do. And this lockdown has made me realize that and be grateful for the people around me.
So people, that's a reason.
Even more.
It's not the reason that Nitya didn't like our episode. I didn't like it either because I felt guilty that Kritika is going to listen to it back and she's going to like, मैंने मिल तो ली थी वापस, इसने ऐसा क्यों बोला? So like, you know what, delete, let's do it again.
Okay, so this is Manas had vested interest. This has nothing to do with how boring I was sounding.
You take panga with me, I'm gonna put it on blast on our episode on podcast, and you're gonna regret it.
Yeah, and even the honking cars.
Yes.
Like, what was like your earliest memory of a friend from your childhood days? Like, when is the first time you ever made a friend or like registered that this is what a friend is?
I remember there was this girl Shweta back in LKG and UKG. I remember. I just remember her. That's it. I don't remember having any.
That's when you were in Panchkula, right?
No, not Panchkula. I think I was in Bhiwani. Yes, people.
Oh,
There's a place called Bhiwani in Haryana. I remember back in Panchkula, I became friends with someone over dance. I used to dance back then. Like he gave me a CD of Usher's music video, and that was basically introduction to that sort of dancing and Usher. He's a really cool guy. He do mountain climbing now.
Which song was that?
Yeah. Don't ask me this song. Yeah. I'm not going to say क्योंकि pronunciation के चक्कर में ना.
No, Manas, this though we have to put in the episode.
YEH. Yeah. I'm not going to put it.
Yeah. Please, Manas, please. ये करना ही है. This is hilarious. Okay, please, I'm going to ask him this and just say YEH.
It was yeah.
Okay, please.
YEH. He literally goes
yeah. Okay, nice.
I'm sorry, listeners.
Okay.
You have to listen to that. Anyway, yeah, and
I love this part.
Yeah, I remember making friends with him over that. And what about you?
What about me? Okay, so Asha did not have any role to play in my friendships, but but I think my earliest memory of a friend is I was like a toddler. I was really tiny. I think I was 2 or 3, and I used to be with my grandparents because my mom would be traveling. She had a traveling job and she would be abroad for like 200 days in a year. And dad was working late hours, so I used to be with my grandparents. So in my colony, like the girl who used to literally live opposite my house, she's a year elder to me. And I remember my earliest memory is, I used to go to her home and play with her, and her dad used to take pictures of us, and I was literally like a toddler, and her mom used to feed me a lot of goodies and everything. So hi Amrit, love to you. And we still we've been in touch. In between we lost touch because she was busy with school and I was busy with school and we were busy with our own lives. But then we got in touch in 2016 when it was my 18th birthday. We got back in touch, and since then we've been solid friends, and we've kind of shared a lot of amazing memories together. So yeah, so I think it's the longest friendship I can remember. I think that would be like 19 years.
That's great.
So yeah, that's yeah, it's been the longest I've ever had. So
It's a very funny thing that I'm remembering right now is that like how friendships stay through, like no matter what obstacles come in your way. For
yeah,
instance, when I
yeah.
shifted to Gurgaon, Megha and Kritika, like I used to get bullied a lot, but even then, and it had a bit of effect on them as well. But they stick through. And
You guys were in the same school?
yeah, we were in the same school from 8th class to 10th class, and then we drifted apart. We went to different schools. And yeah,
Okay.
and the same happened to me when again changed my school in class 11th. And again
Yeah.
I was friends with someone who people found attractive, and she was bullied and
Hmm.
I was bullied because I was friends with her. And but unlike Mega, she got
Wow.
so fed up, and we used to keep in contact for a long time. She quit just before our midterms, and she was like, I can't deal with this, and Manas, you should do the same. I can't, and you should do some changes, stream and everything, doesn't matter, these people are toxic and all. But I remember, like, Megha, she stick through. Hey Megha, love to you, man. Yeah, that's
I guess the bullying part is a very critical subject to talk about, and we're actually going to save the whole bullying topic for another episode. So anyway, I mean, I've been thinking about friends. So I was like, I wanted to ask you, have you ever thought of, what are like, over the years we've experienced a variety of friendships, or even the lack of friendships, because we've never experienced some of the best of them. Like in my case, I remember in school, in my gullible mind, I was like an open notebook. I would share everything about my life with literally everyone, and I've had to pay a fair share of I've had to experience a fair share of pain because of that. So I would just start off trusting people because I've never faced distrust in my house, right? So
yeah, I can
at that
relate.
tender age. So yeah, right. So that's why I was like looking at the friendships, the multiple friendships we've experienced. Do you have certain expectations henceforth when you make friends about what kind of a friend are you looking for, or what are the qualities that
See,
you
I'll be
look for
very
in a
honest.
friend?
Qualities as such, I don't. But I mean, not specifically, but usually I'm very drawn towards people who are very spontaneous and extrovert. Like you were so spontaneous to say yes to the idea of doing the podcast. So I thought it's a great
Yeah,
idea to have
that was a
you.
big disappointment. I shouldn't have agreed, but
I
okay.
I
Now I'm
know
stuck.
I know. Like I should have done this
So
alone.
yeah.
Anyway, so what about you? Do you have any sort of standard? Do you look for a particular quality in a friend?
Well, I think my standards have definitely shifted over the years. Earlier, I never had standards, and I was literally like a walking, talking doormat. I would let people walk over me because I did not know how to say no to other people's demands. So, guys, if you feel your friends are too demanding, guess what? They're not friends. So that's one thing. And in my mind, I mean, like my gullible self always thought that okay, everybody's amazing, and everybody's out to just be a friend, right? Because that's how uncomplicated our minds were at that tender age. So I remember I have these distinct memories of many times I would make certain friends, and then they would only become friends because they needed to be driven, because those days I had a car and driver, so they needed to be driven somewhere, so then they would talk to me nicely. Or because their parents trusted them with me, so because of that they would kind of meet me. But then many a times, like we would meet in a cafe, and they would just, like, some of them stood me up a couple of times, and they met, and then they never even told me that they came.
Man, that sucks.
So yeah, so that was like, I remember I had gone to Big Chill and Khan Market once, and a couple of my friends told me that they'll be meeting me, and then they met in Lodi Garden and had a picnic, and I did not even know. So I had a coffee milkshake over there, waiting for them, and they never turned up. And then the only reason they said they wanted to meet was because their parents were very they were very comfortable knowing that I'll be there, because their parents trusted me. So
It reminds me of that story, the news story. I think news headline that I came across a few days ago, and even I think What Would You Do is a show on YouTube. Like you can see that. Even they reenacted something regarding to your situation, where a toddler,
yeah.
not a toddler, a small kid around 5 or 10 years, he threw a birthday party and nobody showed
Yeah,
up,
so I
and I
mean,
was
like,
really sad.
I've not had that experience because I deliberately don't keep birthday parties. First of all, I literally don't know how will people, the variety of friends I've had. I don't know how those people will ever gel, and I just think things will get awkward if I ever have a birthday party. So I just keep very intimate gatherings of 4 to 5 people. That's what works for me. I'm not a party person.
Is it like worrisome for you that, oh my god, my friends are
Yes,
coming
it
over?
is
How am
very
I supposed to
worrisome for me,
entertain them?
especially the fact it's like when you have a very distinct group of friends. You don't have a certain group of people you gel with, but they're different and diverse interests. You just feel so afraid that what if they don't gel with each other, and then that's why I've always preferred intimate gatherings, because there you can just have a conversation. I'm not into huge parties and calling more than 7 to 8 people. Like, that's not my thing.
We are not kidding. This was literally a meme that I came across, that people freak out when their friends are coming over to their place, and they
Yeah.
feel really pressured that how they're supposed to entertain them.
Yeah, plus also the thing is that, when you asked me about the kind of friends, so, I always thought I need to go out of my way and please people to prove my worth in their lives, because, I thought maybe if I get them a cake I've made myself, or maybe I get them a gift, but, gifts cannot buy friends beyond a point. And like, I always thought maybe if I do something for them, then that'll make them, accept me, until I realized that, I deserve better than this, and I'm way better than this, right? Plus you don't deserve my cake. So so I'm just saying that I feel now I take my time with people. I've become more discerning. I don't literally just share everything about my life until I feel I can trust them enough to share the intimate details of my life. Not that they're very exciting things, but just I think getting comfortable with a person, and just knowing that you just don't feel that because you're not getting enough friends that you are the problem. Maybe
Excuse me, you are the problem, Nitya. You might be the problem. You know what? I am perfect, and if you want to like walk away, you can walk away.
I think I am actually. Okay, moving on. So I think first of all, Samanas is too perfect for this episode. So I'm going to talk about my imperfections and perfect flaws. Yeah, but I've observed this in many situations. Like, I once had this experience where I've had friends who got into smoking, and smoking is not my scene because I'm on an all-time high on humor and things I love to watch and things I love to eat. So I don't personally enjoy
कितनी
smoking.
प्यारी बच्ची है ये, कितनी प्यारी बच्ची है ये, देखिए लो, कुछ नहीं करती,
Yes, guys.
धूम्रपान तो बिल्कुल नहीं करती,
धूम्रपान.
सिर्फ मेम्स में खुशियां ढूंढने वाली
Yeah,
लड़की है, देखिए क्या.
I'm very good girl, guys. Rishtas bhejna. So my point was that I would have friends who are into smoking, and to each their own. Fine, if you want to get into smoking, you want to try new things. That's the age to explore and everything. But it's not. I was genuinely not excited about smoking, right? So it's like they just exclude you because you're not interested in that activity. So I hope that friends are stronger than that they can accept you irrespective of the boring person you are, or you're not into certain activities you do not enjoy, and you're still accepted. Have you ever had the feel to have you ever had the need to succumb to peer pressure
I'll
because
come
of
to your
that?
I'll come to your succumbing question later. But have you ever noticed that I don't invite you to certain places? Just like, yeah, I'm just like bringing that to your notice. Anyway, moving on to your
No, we're
succumbing
not moving on. This is the beginning of the end.
Anyway, I was just joking.
Yeah, we never had a script, guys, and Manas is now completely going off track, as you can see. He's
I'm just
been bullied. He's been bullied, and now he has very passive aggressive feelings, and he wants to dump it on somebody. So I'm not going to take his crap.
oh god. Anyway, coming back to your succumbing question, I don't succumb to groups of peer pressure as such, but I'll say one thing: I tend to overcompensate because I try to entertain people a lot. I try. I'm not saying I'm an entertainer because I feel like I'm not adding
I've
any.
never felt you've entertained me. I don't know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
sure. Let me bring out my receipts. I can show people. Anyway, so but I do try to overcompensate by entertaining people, and because I feel like I'm not adding any value.
Like, you've always had to be the funny guy in the room. That
Not
kind of a
funny guy
situation.
in the room, but I feel like I should add some value to the group. So I try to do that. I'm not saying I succeed in that, and at times trying this thing, I tend to you know
Have people stopped laughing at your
No,
jokes or something? Does it
I
get
get so
awkward?
overwhelmed.
नहीं guys, इधर हंसना था.
No, I get so overwhelmed at times that I try to spill every detail possible about my life, embarrassing ones. अच्छा तुम्हें पता है ये
Oh
and I get
God.
so embarrassed. I'm like, why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Yeah, like you wish you could take it back. You wish you could reverse that moment. You wish you could be Adam Sandler in the
Absolutely.
click.
Oh
Like
God.
literally.
But to the smoking, no, I don't see. I don't judge, man. I don't judge who if you smoke, you drink, or whatever you do. I am very chill about it. But
Yeah, that's fine. But you don't have to do it,
exactly.
right? If you're not into it, that's
So
your
if I
choice.
go to my friends' parties, like which are like two friends and only two parties, which is not happening because that
Which only involve those two
exact no, not
friends.
just and which is not happening because they're living their life and I'm alone here. Anyway, so even then I don't drink. They're all drinking. I'm enjoying having my virgin mojito, because I don't want to go into that joke.
And we're not even
Yeah.
getting there.
Anyway, one second, yeah, and I just remember one thing. You shared that Srishti video, I guess day before yesterday. Not day before yesterday, or the one she,
Oh yeah, the Shrishti Dikshit one, right?
yeah,
The one she posted for Friendships
yeah,
Day.
exactly. Is it Friendship Day?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it
yeah.
Friendship Day? Or is it Friendships Day? No, Friendship.
I think it's Friendship Day, right? How Friendships Day?
See, the thing is, I have only two friends. Let's.
I think I'll go for Friend Day.
Anyway, now we're looking like fools. We should
Does
have
does
googled
not
this
apply to
actually.
me. Yeah, but okay.
Anyway, yeah. So you shared that video, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did share that video. So I actually loved that video. Love you, Chishti. I think I love the fact that she was brutally honest about the kind of friends people have, and it was super relatable because I can literally tick the list of the kind of friends I've had. She literally gave me the perfect caricature of the kind of people I've met.
I think Srishti explains it the best because you cannot do justice explaining the funny video on the podcast. So I think you should go and check it out. We'll post it on the highlights on our Instagram account. So if you want to do that, do that.
Speaking of the toxic friendships that Shrishti mentioned in her video, yeah, those are real experiences, guys. It's the asli such. We have experienced them. I have for sure. So, like one of those so-called friends that I've experienced is the person who lives close by, and then it's like they need to kill time. So when all their important friends are out of topics to talk about, then you'd like the last option to call, and they'll call you at some unearthly hour because you have nothing else to do with life, or they believe you're basically sitting idle the entire
Oh my
day, so
God,
they can just call you
I
anytime.
can relate to that. Literally, I can relate to that.
Yeah, yeah. And like, there's few friends who'll just literally just wish you because it's your birthday, and then after that it just fades. Like then they won't even wish you. It'll just kind of fade over time. Like you're together in school, so you sit close by and you talk, and then after when you reach college, then they're living their own separated lives. And then they'll like wish you once a year, and then after that it just fades away, and then they become contacts in your list.
Yeah, I think I can relate to that. I think I have few friends who do that actually.
And I think there are few friends I want to talk about. Like, have you ever had to like consciously burn bridges with someone because they've not been good for you, and they've just kind of mentally and physically really kind of had an impact on
I
you?
think back when I was listening to podcasts, when it started in 2016, I guess. In college, it happened.
Hmm.
There were toxic people, and maybe I became toxic at that time because I was going through my own stuff. But yeah, I had to burn bridges. But then again, build a bridge. So I don't know. Like I did at one time.
But why did you have to do that? Like,
I
how
don't
were
know.
they
Like for some
affecting you?
reason, initially they saw me as an entertainer. I was the main guy, in the group. But then I introduced one person to the group, and then they became the group, and then they kicked me out. And
Oh gosh, the groupism that exists in
groupism
schools and
is
colleges is
it's
crazy.
totally
It's like
okay.
so
Groupism
defined.
exists, and we do that, at times because we feel, that we are more alike and we have the similar interests, and it's totally fine. But the funny part is that getting kicked out the group that you made. You
Yeah, but like having the superiority complex, or like you feeling embarrassed of another friend, so you just completely like
I don't
seclude
think so. It
them.
was superiority complex. I think it was more of insecurity of their own. I don't know. I don't want to get into this. People, I think you should contact my therapist. He's writing a book on me.
Yeah, sure, you wish. Yeah, I mean, even I've had
I
these
wish I had a
experiences.
therapist, so I know.
Well, we're already venting it out, so there you
Yeah,
go. That's why we started this podcast, guys. We're very selfish people. This is not so that you feel good about your life. This is
absolutely.
because we need to
It's
vent
it
it
was
out.
total selfish reason.
And
I
yeah, yeah.
wanted.
तब दोस्त भी नहीं है तो फिर कुछ तो करना है ना लाइफ के साथ.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, speaking about burning bridges, I've also had friends I've had to consciously eliminate from my life because in my mind I thought they were friends, but they've not been good for my personal growth, and just they've not brought out the best in me. So I've had to consciously get them out of my life because, um, I mean, I know this is very cliche, but I really love this quote. I don't know who wrote it, but you can't shrink yourself into spaces you've outgrown,
Yeah,
right? Like you feel sometimes you're in a group because you feel that you're in a group, but you do not relate to things that they say anymore. You don't enjoy the conversations you're having with them anymore, and it's just all about gossiping and it's all about plotting. So then after that, it just sickens you and it just starts it just starts depleting you, and that's not what you want. And then it's like people expect you to join them in certain activities to bond, but they expect you to modify your behavior. So I think like when you should not leave any friendship hanging
I
when
think
it's crossed its expiry
I
date.
think Nitya is
That's
hinting at
something I've
her
learned.
friendship that she had with someone, and they broke up because she had a liking for K-pop, BTS, and she and Nitya didn't understand the whole hype. And
No, I am not referring to that story right now, and thank you so much for bringing it up. That's exactly what I needed. मतलब तुम ही तो हो अब जिसको मैं बताऊंगी सब कुछ, because you will just kind of spill it all on our podcast. But no, I'm not referring to that story. I have made other friends also who
क्या
I've
बात,
lost later on in
bragging
life.
about new
So
friends.
another thing is like that's been a very transformative experience for me is like spending time with yourself. There was a point in my life I was so afraid of being alone and going to a theater alone to watch a film, going to a cafe alone to have a cup of coffee. Like those things would really freak the life out of me because I always thought that if you don't have a person to accompany you, then you can never enjoy such activities all by yourself. But I think it's been such a transformative experience for me because I've really started enjoying my own company. I don't miss people or let me put this in a way that I don't need people to enjoy. But even then, if I find somebody amazing, I'm not going to kick them out of my life saying now I'm on the road to self-discovery, so get lost. I won't be like that. But I think it's amazing that you don't always need a person to enjoy the things that you do. Have you ever felt that way?
I'll be very honest. I think after my college experience, when I had to burn bridges, when my friends moved away, I realized that I have to, I started doing things my own. I went to Waffle Fest myself. I went to restaurants myself. I initially I used to have
But were you comfortable with it? Like, did you ever feel sorry for yourself or feel like the victim sometimes? Because that's
see, the
normal.
first time I ever went alone for an outing was for Waffle Fest. I remember in Saket. And for in Select City Walk, I thought, oh my god, I'm going to look like a loser standing in line and queue, and I felt really bad, because everyone was there with someone, they were taking pictures, they were ordering, there were 2 or 3 people, someone's. It of course you feel alone, but at the same time I started enjoying because you know what, I could not put my life on hold for just for and enjoy for just 2 or 3 days when my friends would come in 5 or 6 months. So now I prefer being alone. Of course, I like my friends and I like doing the certain things and going places with them. But now I enjoy having my own me time. I am enjoying quarantine thoroughly. And
That's amazing,
yeah.
man.
So guys, after hearing all that, if you still want to be friends with us, you can follow us on our Instagram page. Our Instagram handle will be in the episode description. Even though we have become totally self-sufficient, aka Atmanirbhar, you can still follow us on our journey.
Yeah, guys, follow my poetry page. मैं कविताएं लिखती हूँ, and follow Manas's food page. It's damn exciting, and he'll just make you feel really sad about your life. So guys, if you have any doubts, questions, or any topic you want us to ruin completely or overanalyze, just feel free to slide in a DM on the Bata podcast on Instagram, or you can just send us an email on the batapodcast@gmail.com. And we hope to hear from you, and हमें थोड़ी दोस्त बनाने हैं life में. So just feel free to reach out to us.
Bye, dosto.
So bye guys.